All right, man. Welcome to episode 5 of Media Chopper Podcast. I'm your man Rick, and today, unfortunately, Serge, aka Serge Gorilla, couldn't be with us today. So I have a special guest, co-host, my man G Fresh.
Special. I
That's right, special
like that.
guest.
What's going on? What's going on? How you doing, brother?
Chilling, chilling, chilling. So today's topic, you want to tell them what we're gonna be talking about today?
Talking about movies, funny movies, funniest movie scenes.
All right, so what's up? So with that, let me just pull this up right quick. Oh shit, I done fucked up. Excuse my language.
Nah, you
No, this is
good,
not
brother.
allowing me to pull this out. All right, cool. Right. So tell me, man. Well, tell me a little about yourself. Like, why do you like movies? You see, you're part of our little crew there. We talk about movies and stuff like that, which is why
Um,
we, asked you to help us out with this. So,
Movie time, man, is just big in my family. We love movies. I grew up. My dad had an extensive VHS collection, and I'm talking about back in the days. Like, if it rained too hard and the cable went out, we was throwing on the VHS. So, like, there's a lot of movies that we just watched over and over and over again. And so, from a kid, that just, inspired the love of movies.
yeah, you took me back to the VHSs because I remember my dad had like a wall like full of bootleg movies because he used to get the little tape on an old VHS and you would record like the old school movies on there. You put like 4 movies on one VHS.
Hmm.
So that just took me back. So all right, so we're gonna talk about our just not a list of the funniest movie scenes of all time. This is our what we thought was some of the funniest movies that we could think of.
Right, right,
So
exactly.
like when it comes to comedy movies in general, like what is it like? Do you have to like be in the mood to watch them, or just you can watch them anytime?
Well, comedies like I think comedy's also cultural. Like it depends on your family dynamic. And my family, when I grew up, full of jokes. The playful jokes that not where you could laugh at yourself. It was, and they toughened us up in the house. Like it was okay to laugh at yourself. So comedy's good at all times. Personally, all times is good. There's never a wrong time for comedy.
You can't go
In
wrong, man.
my
That
house,
sounds
anyway.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Me too. I don't need a reason to watch a funny movie. I could just put it on, man. You really can't go wrong. Only time is when you get a movie that's supposed to be funny and it really isn't.
Yeah.
A
I
perfect
mean,
example is I watched this. It was a spoof kind of movie. I think it's called "The 40-Year-Old Virgin Who Got Knocked Up," and something. It was a
it's
spoof
a
of all
spoof
those
of a
movies.
40-year version. Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible, man. It was. I watched it with a straight face. I was like, wow, that's wrong.
I don't really like the spoof of movies. I mean, they did okay with the scary movie, but that's like silly humor. I'm
Right.
not big
That's
on
a
the
parody. You're not
silly.
big on parodies.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not big on it. But I mean, I could enjoy them. I just don't think they have rewatch value. Like it's
Okay, you
a
know
one
what?
and you see it and it's done.
I could definitely see that. So, what kind of comedies do you like? Do you like the romantic comedy, action comedies, or the dark kind of comedies like Bad Santa? What's your
Um,
what's your what's your cup of tea?
so you know, again, it was very cultural in my house. So really, the traditional comedians growing up when they transitioned from stand up to movies,
Uh,
those were the movies that played over and over in my home. So they're not dark comedies. It's action movies starring a comedian.
so yeah, action comedy.
Yeah, I guess action comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as of late, it's different. Um, my lady's gotten me into that.
The rom com. You said lady romance comedies.
Not necessarily. She uses this term, but I don't want to use it on the podcast, right?
Okay.
All right. So I mean, we could say it. She said it's like white humor. She says the white
Okay.
humor
Okay.
comedy shows versus like black humor, like the Medias and stuff like that. So
Give me an example.
um, I can't remember the name of the heavy set lady. That's a comedian. She does these movies now.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. There's like 2 of them right now.
Yeah, like there's one where she's supposed to be like a spy. There's one,
Rebel Wilson.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, she
I
wears
don't
the
really
black
know.
bag, the spy one. She's trying to steal money. She's doing with Anne
Yeah,
Hathaway.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's Rebel Wilson.
It's like the white humor.
Yeah, she doesn't do it for
It's
me. I don't
fun.
know.
Yeah,
It feels like she tries too hard. Like
like
some people,
like
it's a natural thing.
yeah, white humor is like what's the movie with they was in what they was getting married in Vegas? What is it?
Oh, shit. How could I forget
You know what
that?
I'm
With
talking
Mike
about?
Tyson. Yeah, with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, special
Oh,
guest.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to have these names down.
Nah, that's all
I
right. No, no. That's what
decided.
the internet is for, though. Hold on one
Right.
second. I
Yeah,
can't.
what
We can't
what
remember.
is
Yeah, that was
it's
Vegas movie road trip.
yes man. I'm not sure, but you know, mostly all white cast.
I can't believe I
It's
can't. It's
like
such a
it's
big
hard.
movie, bro. I can't remember
Yeah,
it.
it is, and it's like three of them.
Yeah.
It's three of them, but it's like you know, I think they have a different. It's a different level of sarcasm in the movie that you really have to
Mike
pay
Tyson
attention.
comedy movie.
Hey, you cheating.
A Hangover.
Hangover, right, right, right. So like
See, I don't
Hangover,
drink.
right? But it's a good movie though.
No, but that's why I
So
can remember the word hangover.
yeah, so those movies are good, but they're just good to watch. It's not necessarily
Mm.
a lot of funny parts to me. But like that's something my girl, she'll hide movies from now. You don't want to watch that. That's the white humor. I was like, you never know. Let's check it out.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
All right.
the
Cool, man.
Hangover is a perfect example.
All right. So, I guess we're gonna go right into your first movie. Well, your first
My,
favorite movie scene. What is it?
my first favorite movie scene would be uh, something that always stood out to me from Friday. So the movie
Mm.
Friday is when Smokey um, he has to use the bathroom, but he gets locked out the house. So Smokey is played
Oh.
by Chris Tucker, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to the side of the house like with a newspaper, and I guess it's implying that he got to take a dump, right?
Hmm.
So we've all been there. Not that we took a crap on the side of the house, but we've all been
Yeah. Hold
desperate
on.
for a bathroom, right?
Mm.
So let me see. I got a clip for. So he goes to the back of the house, and uh, I forgot the guy's name, but the guy was looking for him, and he finds him, and he's like, "What you doing back there, man? Look like you taking a shit, right?"
Yeah.
So he's like, "Man, just chill, man, chill." He's like, "Don't tell nobody. I ain't going to tell nobody." And he's like, "Hey."
Blew
As
up
soon
his
as he said,
spot.
"You're not gonna tell nobody," he go, "Hey, Smokey back here taking the shit." And to me, we was like younger than that was the funniest thing to me in the world. And it didn't matter how many times we watched Friday. Friday was very successful, so they played it a lot once it was on TV, and it was hilarious. So I do have it if you want to hear it. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I'm gonna put the little image up while you play the audio. Right.
got
Here's
you. You let me
there
know.
he go right there. There goes Smokey.
Smokey! Smokey! Smokey, what the hell you doing back here? Hey, nothing, man. Hey, I'm fixing something. Hey, just stay over there. But I thought you wanted me to wash your car. Hey, man, wash it later. Stay over there. You find the smartest man in the world, but from over here, look like you taking a shit. He's ill. Get the hell off the floor. Oh, look at that. Let's smoke. You been even going, huh? Go get the hell off the Come on, man. All right, now look, between me and you, man, when you're done, I'll clean all that shit up for you for $2. Hey, he's dead. What? You better not tell nobody, man. Man, I'm not, man. Keep it on the down low. All right, I'm not like them. Keep it down, bro. Look. Hey, Smokey back here taking a shit. You damn. Well, I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Man,
Oh man.
so
It's hard to pick one jump from that movie, man. You got so many good ones in that movie. That movie is full of funny ass shit, bro.
yeah. You know how it stays with you is when you presented the question to me, like what movies have like some of the funniest scenes to you? So without thinking hard, I honestly picked the first three that came to me, and
Right.
so that was one of them. And man, that's a very small part in that movie. And like you
Oh
said, there's
hell
a lot
yeah.
of gems in that movie, but that one is like Like I feel like that wasn't even in the script. Like him just yelling, "Hey, you know, like
Yeah.
it's realistic. It's so realistic that couldn't be part of the script like that. So yeah, that's definitely one of my top three.
I'm trying to think of another funny fart. Another funny part from that movie. There's so many. I swear to God. Um,
Oh, you got knocked out. Damn, you got knocked out.
oh, he got so high that he said he don't mess with them Hispanic dudes or something like that. He ended up in the pigeon coop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, laced his weed. That one. The joint. One of the funny scenes is when John Witherspoon catches um, Ice Cube in the refrigerator, and he's like, "Why every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the damn refrigerator, eating up all the chicken, all the hog maw, all the pig feet? He's like, I like pig feet." And, he just has a very unique voice, so his delivery was funny. So like, there's things from that movie that you love to quote. It might not necessarily be funny, but it's
Yeah.
just so memorable. You quote it randomly, and people know you're talking about that movie.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to look him up because I'm trying to get an image of him
Witherspoon,
for myself. Yeah.
John
Oh,
Witherspoon.
all right. That's the pop.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pop.
yeah.
That's
Pop,
pop.
Pop from We're Brothers.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
happy and we're singing.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
He had a lot of good one, man. He's the one that got bit by the dog in that movie. He wasn't the mailman, right? No, 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 no.
No, no, no.
He was the one.
He was
Yeah,
the one who got bit. Mm-mm.
he was the one taking
He
the
was
mean shit.
he wasn't gonna get bit because he was a dog catcher. Like
Oh,
he
all
worked
right.
for like the AP. Yeah, he was catching dogs and stuff.
He had that scene where he was taking that mean shit. That was in that movie too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, he could have taken his own shit. Oh, fuck.
yeah.
That's when you know you took a
He
mean
made
shit.
it believable that James thing. As much spray he sprayed, it was crazy.
Yeah, that movie had a lot of what do you call it? Had a lot of heart in it too, because he had that part where it kind of reminded me of the movie was the dude from the Matrix, The Gap. Forget his name. The guy who plays Morpheus.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, the movie he did by Spike Lee.
Yeah, do the right thing.
No, it wasn't Do the Right
School
Thing.
days.
Nope, not that
School
one.
days.
Not that one. Where he was raising his son.
Uh, he was raising his son.
Yeah, because the mother brought him back to the. Come on, it was big time with Cuba Gooding Jr. and the racist cop with the
Oh,
racist.
what's that? Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood. It had little elements from Boys in the Hood in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he's trying to give his son, advice and shit. So it had that little heart to heart aspect of it.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ice Cube pulled from that movie. That was a cultural classic too.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it
yeah,
was really, really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All
See how you can
right.
transition from one movie to the next. You got something for me?
Yeah, I was gonna. No, I was. I guess I was gonna move on to the next one, which is one of my favorite movies was Old School because I love Will Ferrell, man. Will Ferrell does some really, really funny shit though. But the thing about Old School, the part that I'm talking about was the drum set scene when he he teabagged his drum set, his brother's drum set.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
not Old School. That's I'm sorry, I messed that up. I totally messed that. That was Step Brothers. Yeah,
Step
Step
Brothers, right?
Brothers. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
so you just told me two of your movies.
yeah, basically.
Old School, one of your movies,
and
Step Brothers.
they both have Will Ferrell. I love the guy.
Gotcha,
And he's actually not my favorite. So it's funny that I couldn't think of when I was thinking about it, I couldn't think of something with Adam Sandler. 'Cause Adam Sandler is actually one of my favorite comedic actors. I like a lot of his stuff. Like who's one of your favorite comedic actors?
I would definitely say Eddie Murphy.
All right.
Eddie Murphy is one of my favorite comedic actors, and he has a lot of great success in his early movies, from
Right.
Beverly Hills Cop to one of my next choices, but I'll save that for you. And
All right.
obviously, everyone was Coming to America.
Mm.
A lot of good nuggets in there. But go ahead, show me your first one.
All right, so the movie I chose obviously was Old School, and it's the scene where they're doing like an initiation, like a testing, where they testing your trust. Like, do you trust them enough to do this little this little thing, and let me see. In this scene right here, it's a test for trust. So they tied up the cinder blocks to their meat and berries, bro. And
Wow.
the idea was that you had to trust that they gave you enough slack that they're not gonna kill them by letting go of the cinder block. So you gotta let go of the cinder block, and to prove that you trust them, so you can be part of their fraternity and
Gotcha.
shit.
Hell no.
So no, and they,
Hell, yo, I ain't never dropping it.
yeah, no, nah, but they all, they want to be a part of this brotherhood, so they trust them, and they did the right. Everybody had enough slack. That wasn't the problem. The problem was that there was a manhole there. So one of the guy's cinder blocks fell through the manhole, and that shit snapped. And this guy, the big dude, the big,
Oh, man. How you gonna
that
do
shit,
the whole
yeah, that shit snatched him up. He swan down. Yo, and his scream was hilarious. I'm gonna see if I can pull that shit up real quick. Hold on. If you guys can
man.
pull it up. All right, let me see if you can hear this. I can hear it.
Step to the edge. Pledges. Prepare to release. 1, 2, 3, release.
Yeah, it's more of a visual thing. It's not something you can really hear. Like, it's one of the things you gotta
Yeah.
see. That shit is crazy. But you know how YouTube got all these freaking restrictions and shit. But yeah, that shit snatched his ass up, and he bust out with this swan dive. That shit. Ugh.
Oh man.
And he went straight down, landed with his ass spread all over the grass, bro.
Oh man, I have to refresh my memory on that movie.
Yeah, old school has so many classic scenes, man. So many classic scenes. And I always mix up his movies because he plays a lot of the same characters and stuff.
Yeah, it's like that blunt humor. The shock, his humor's like shock value. So it's like,
Oh hell yeah, definitely,
did
definitely a
he
lot of
say
shock
that?
value.
Yeah, it catches you off guard, definitely.
Not only did he say that, did he do that? Like,
Yeah.
oh snap, he actually did that shit, man. But damn, honestly, I don't want to keep talking about old school because my brain is mixing up all his movies. It's just gelling in just one location, so I'm definitely gonna blotch that up.
So let me ask you: is that just something you thought was just like an outrageous type of scene, or is that like something that movie you've watched several times?
No, I think I've watched old school a couple of times, but right now I just can't remember anything else. I Yeah, I'm mixing up all. I got Will Ferrell in one envelope.
Gotcha.
Like all the scenes are in one envelope.
continuous movie, and they would fit. All
Yeah.
his little scenes, they would fit definitely.
So I think that was a scene in there. Was it old school? Yeah, I think there was a scene in there where he was at a party and he gets hit with a tranquilizer dart in his fucking neck. Animal tranquilizer.
Yeah, I'm picturing it, but I can't think. Is that the same movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from old school because he's at a kid's birthday party and remember Stifler from American Pie,
Right.
the cool
Yes.
dude. He's in this movie. He's got a small role where he has a little mullet and he's supposed to be there to tame the animals and stuff. So he has a really powerful trank gun just in case the animals act up. He takes him down with the trank gun. So he's talking to Will Ferrell and they're having a conversation and he's like, "Oh, can I see the gun?" And he's playing with it and he's telling him how powerful it is and then he shoots himself in the neck. And Stifler goes, "That is awesome." So you
Oh,
okay?
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch it. Refresh my memory on it.
That's just hilarious because everything starts going in slow motion and he says, "I like you, but you're crazy. Get out of here." It's just and then he starts losing his.
You know what makes Will Ferrell's movies so great is that
He's really animated,
his shit never feels like script.
right? He's
Like,
a natural.
Like, oh, no way somebody wrote that. So then you just start watching the whole film as if he's freestyling it. I
Right.
think that's what makes it great.
He's just
Like,
it's
they
some
didn't do
people
a
are
lot of
gifted.
takes on that. They just said, fuck it, let's keep that one.
They'll be like, you do what you do, and we'll capture the magic.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely.
All right, man. So we're moving
So
on to the next one, man. So for your second movie, man, for your second favorite movie scene, what would it be? What is it?
my second favorite movie scene would be from one of my favorites, Eddie Murphy, The Golden Child. Right.
Ah,
So The Golden Child again, culture classic, right? He laughing already. It's a
nah, I
culture
just
classic, right?
nah, I just did something that Serge does. He does that. Ah, shit.
Yeah. Like he's really engrossed in what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, it's the
Ah,
motivation. It's the motivation.
yeah.
But this scene, the Golden Child, uh, they go to Tibet, and he's
Mm,
about to buy like an amulet, and the guy he tells the guy to take $1 out or whatever, and the guy takes $100. So long story short, they have
mm.
to get a boat, but because the guy tricked him out of his money and took $100, they had to get a paddle boat. And the girl
Oh,
is like,
shit.
"Man, just shut up and paddle." He's like, "Yeah, paddle. I'm gonna paddle your ass when I fire you." And to some that might not be funny, but remember that came out when we were a kid, and when we were younger, when you implemented curses in normal
Mm,
conversation, that's what made it so funny. Like that's what made Richard Pryor great, and that was the formula that Eddie Murphy took. He would just implement little curses in normal conversation, and it was just
the
it
emphasis he
cracked
gave
me
it.
up. Yeah,
And
it
for
was
those of
like
you who don't know what the Golden Child is, it was this movie with Eddie Murphy. Pretty old movie, pretty classic.
yeah, definitely, and that's actually the scene. He's buying the amulet, and he's about to give him some money, and he bends down for him to put the amulet over his neck,
Uh-huh.
and that's when the dude takes the 100. So here I'm gonna play that scene.
A
Hold
little
on.
sound bite.
You see a little naked man running around with $100 bill?
I've arranged for gas attorneys and boats.
You didn't see a little naked bum with $100.
No, I can arrange for one.
You got to show up sooner or later. And when you do, your ass is kicked. I'm gonna sell your clothes, leave you in Kathmandu, naked and bleeding with no money. You dirty bastard. You took my money from me. If that bum didn't take my $100, we could have got a boat with a motor.
Shut up and paddle.
Yeah, I'm a paddle. I'm a paddle his ass when I'm a paddle your ass when I find you. I know you. I'm gonna use this rope. I'm gonna roll your ass till it bleeds.
I think you know what's funny. You mentioned about freestyle. He might have freestyled that line because he said, "I'm a powder." Then he noticed there was a row. He said, I'm
Yeah,
gonna use these rows."
yeah, like he talking to her, but then he switches to talk to the guy.
Yeah.
That's all freestyle. They don't write stuff like that.
No,
But like he
absolutely.
throws the little curses in there, and it's like, uh, those are like those movies were big Hollywood movies at the time, and he's throwing the little cultural curses like "you bum ass stole my money." Those
Yeah.
curses just hit different back in the days when cursing wasn't so much in movies like that.
Right.
Cursing wasn't used for humor; it was more used to show anger. So that was like he helped transition profanity in movies for humor.
I can see that. Could definitely see that. I'm trying to think of that movie because it does. One thing about that movie, watching it today, like the CGI is really, really terrible. Like it's hard to
It
watch
is.
today.
It is.
It's one of those
So
things that
the story mode is a hard watch, but his
right,
line, like if you
classic.
was, yeah, just go to like all his lines you want to hear. You could
Absolutely.
do without the CGI. You could do without the story, all that extra shit. If you could just get somebody to get all of his lines, you'd laugh
Hell
with
yeah.
no storyline because his voice just has that. It just has that magic that as soon as he starts speaking, it's gonna be something funny.
And it's just funny to put him in a in a temple with monks. You know, it's holy and stuff like that. And he's acting out of character. Yeah, I
Uh,
won't deny. He remixing and
yeah.
DJing and shit.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah.
That
No,
was
he's
good,
he's
man.
uh he's definitely one of my favorite comedic uh actors
Mm,
from my childhood.
mm,
One of my favorite. And my favorite actor slash comedian would be Jamie Foxx in present day.
Ah, okay. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I mean, now in his movies, he doesn't necessarily play movies to be funny,
Right.
but I've been following him for so long that
Yeah.
I still recognize him as a comedian first.
You
That's
know
a good actor.
what's funny is that his comedies, he's not that funny in to me. No, I like him.
Well,
I like his stand up. I love his stand up comedies, but
yeah,
his
comedy,
his comedy movies, I think it was like they have
like
moments.
the only one that was decent was Booty Call.
Oh
Booty
really?
Call was the only one that had some funny scenes. I know he had some one where he's like on a bus or something, bus stop or last stop. Corny. You're right. Any movie that he's trying to be funny in,
Yeah,
it's like a bah. But his stand-ups great, his TV
absolutely.
shows great, and what sold me was, you get a comedy show, and then he acts out characters from Living Single. If you remember from Living Single, like he acts out his Wanda character.
Mm.
So he has so much history to go
You mean
off
Living
of.
Color?
Living Color, correct. I
Oh,
said Living Single.
you said
My
every
apologies.
say.
My apologies. My apologies. Living Color when he played Wanda.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right? So yeah, so he does that in his early stand-ups where he brings her to life. And then he always gives you a little show at the end where he's singing, but even he doesn't just say, "Hey, let me show off my chops." Whatever he sings is comedy as well,
Right.
which is dope. So like those are like things that like my sister and I we would watch all the time and sing back to each other.
Mm.
And
You want to give
not
us
to
a
be
little
long,
performance?
negatory, but I will tell you, I will tell you a little story that my girl is very embarrassed about. So like when we first met, and I used to have this habit of like at my old job, like while I'm working, we used to always listen to music. So I would get caught singing, not realizing. So some people would hear me sing, and some people could say, "Hey, you sound okay." And then I was like, "Nah, I just used to, it's the church stuff. I used to sing in the choir when I was younger, like that." So Jamie Foxx got this song called "Mary Mary." It's not a church song, but uh, when when me and my girl at the time we were just friends and getting to know each other, we was always on the phone talking, and I was just being silly. I was like, you know what? She kept saying, "Yo, sing for me, sing for me." I was like, "Come on, you put me on the spot, chill." But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make up a song just for you. Cause
Ah.
I know she didn't see that Jamie Foxx special, right? I just knew it.
Plagiarizing ass.
And, you know, um, my lady's name is Maribel, but they call her Madi for short,
Mm.
right? So like Madi, I can't. Madi, that's different. That you know, in English that's Mary. We'd call you
Right.
Mary, not
Yeah.
Madi. So let me think. Let me think of some Mary, Mary. So anyway, I sung that song over the phone. Not to her face. 'Cause I didn't have the guts to sing it to her
Right.
face to face, but I sang it over the phone, and
How'd it go?
I'm worded. You think it's funny, right? I can get it up for you, but I'm gonna just give you some of the lyrics. I'm gonna word it for you. He's slick, right? So it's Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow,
Uh
right?
huh.
He says some other little flirtatious stuff, but at the end of the song, um, he says, Jamie and Mary in a tree, Kissing. First come love, then come marriage. Mary in a baby carriage, right?
Baby,
Right.
hello,
So when
baby.
I sang it, I said,
Forgot your
uh,
name?
no, I'm trying to think what name came first. Was it Mary, like Mary and Thomas in the tree, Kissing, first come love, then Mary with the baby carriage, a baby. Thomas Jr. was his name, right?
Right.
That's how the song goes.
Uh huh.
And she really thought I made up the song that she started crying. I heard her
Oh
crying
my
over the phone, right? I
That's
just let her,
good. Yeah.
I let her rock out. Hey, I made
Uh
that girl. Hey,
huh.
that's gonna get me some afternoon delights, right?
Yeah.
So, so
I like that.
um, when she found out, that was a stand up. She's like, you asshole, you made me think you made it up. I was like, hey, it got me in there though. You love me now. It's too late.
Yeah.
And long story short, that was over 10 years ago. We now have a son named Thomas. Thomas
Prophetic,
Jr.
brother.
You know what I'm
Prophetic.
saying? So Jamie Foxx, one of my favorite actors, favorite singers. He's the what do you call it? The
Uh,
three-way threat.
yeah,
What's
triple
that
threat.
term? Again? Triple threat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you made a prophecy, man. You was prophetic on that one, bro.
Ah man, I was just fronting with some vocals that I took from him. They was easy. It was based off a nursery rhyme. Nobody's
Mhm.
scared to sing a nursery rhyme, right?
Right.
Somebody asks you to sing, but they tell you to sing "Row, row, row your boat." You'll sing it because you don't care.
Right.
It's like singing "Happy Birthday,"
Right.
right? You can always get people to sing that. So anyway, yeah, that worked out. But yeah, man. So Eddie Murphy first, Jamie Foxx present.
I gotta say, I like Martin Lawrence, man. Martin Lawrence is like I brought him up because you mentioned now Jamie Foxx took his characters from A Living Color and
Right.
incorporated some. I think Jamie Foxx. I mean, I forgot his name. See how my brain.
Martin Lawrence did
Yeah,
the same
Martin
thing.
Lawrence. Like he was a master at playing multiple characters, man. I loved him on his shows, and he did pretty good in his movies. I thought he was funny in his movies.
Yeah.
You know,
You
he
know what? His is different. His stand-ups weren't that funny to me, but
what?
his stand-ups came at his high popularity. I didn't laugh at that at the time. It was just a subject that people were scared to
Right,
talk about. We were
uh,
teenagers when that came out.
right.
So that's not something you readily talked about with everybody back then. So the fact that he brought it out into comedy is
Mm,
what made him like just to me just heightened his stardom. Like
right.
there's certain subject matters you bring up that people want to talk about.
Yeah,
Like
it's taboo.
I would say that I took that from him. Like comedians talk about the taboo subjects,
Mm,
and because I enjoy comedy so much, I believe that's what's made it easier. Like I feel like I could talk about any subject, and it doesn't have to be controversial. It doesn't have
right.
to rub people the wrong way. Let's just bring it up and deal with it. But
Mm,
like Martin in TV shows, I feel was better than his stand up, and in movies, I feel was better than stand up. Stand up, little here and there, but remember, his stand up comes at the height of his stardom. Like
right.
people were hungry for him. So like,
That's
cause
true.
his stuff before, um, I think
Want
I
to tell
messed up
that?
my headphones. I don't know if you can still hear me. There
I
it
can
is.
hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, great. His stand ups, his early stand ups, they don't even play them. Like they'll play early Richard Pryor stuff. They'll play early Eddie Murphy stuff.
It's a
They
valid
don't play
point.
early Martin Lawrence stuff because it shows that it was early. Like it wasn't that good early.
All right.
Like his becoming a movie star or a TV star pushed him to that atmosphere because he did Kid and Play
Mhm.
and he wasn't that great in it. He didn't have that many lines to show off his talent, but
Right.
that TV show, and then followed by like, you know, shit. Even Bad Boys, he has funny lines in.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
know,
Hell yeah. He has some moments for sure. It's funny.
but
We can't.
yeah,
We can't talk about comedy without mentioning the action comedy with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. That shit. You didn't think that
yeah,
was
that's
funny?
very funny. Hell yeah,
Oh
hell,
my
it's very
god.
funny.
Yeah. You
I ain't gonna
cannot
lie,
talk about comedy without that.
you mention it, and the fact that I purposely not bring it up is because Chris Tucker. I had a
Uh,
two with Chris Tucker for not going back to do Friday.
oh shit.
Like all
Really?
these years, I used to be mad. Like, why you messing up a good thing? Like Friday is what got you
To where you at? Right. The
rush
big
hour.
money.
You know what I'm saying? Friday got you to rush hour, and but you don't want to go back to Friday. And I understood and respected his reason. He didn't want to curse, so he felt like he couldn't do his character properly if he didn't curse, because that character requires a lot of profanity. Like I don't know if you've ever heard him discuss it.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't care at the time because I just thought Friday was so, you know,
Epic for his
important.
time, yeah.
It was so important to the culture too. That why would you give that up? Like that puts that's a majority black movie that puts all those actors and actresses on the map. So, he did the Rush Hour and it was funny, and I kind of just gave my appreciation to Jackie Chan. You're the support, man. You got to do that. You're the support. Jackie Chan is funny and he can fight. You can't fight. He can really fight. You can't fight. Like I was hating on him because I
Wow.
was holding a grudge,
I
but
didn't know that.
it is very funny. Like I appreciate. I'm humble. Money Talks. One of my
Oh,
favorite movies for him.
oh yes.
I
What's one of your
used to
funny
know-
scenes from that? What's on that?
What?
Right off the top. Right off the top.
I got a couple joints. First one
Alright.
where he'd be like, I don't know what I do that. Sometimes I just snap and pop. Like I snap and pop your ass to the mouth. That one. And then like he's
How about
walking.
the jail scene? How about the jail scene with
I don't
Faison
like
Love? Oh, come on.
I remember it, but I
He's in
can't
jail. And he's trying to do the jail thing. Right? He's trying to act hard. He's telling his story about how, he got hemmed up by
Get over me, man. Get over me.
and the guy. Yeah.
that, man. Yeah, I remember that part.
That shit was classic.
Yeah, what's that funny? He's like, he grabbed. He's like, he put his hands on you. He was like, yeah, he's like, wow. He was like, he was like this. He was like, well, he grabbed you like this. He was like, nah, like he really grabbed me. He's like, what, like this? He was like, yeah. Hey, yeah, that joint was that funny. That joint. And then there was a scene that like I don't think a lot of people, but him and Martin both did this in movies where they did the sound effects when they punch somebody in the face. So I think he does that. He punches what's the dude from Two Grown Men? What's the other star in Money Talks? The white guy. I forgot
Martin
his name.
Sheen.
Martin Sheen. There you go. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They had like a fight scene, like a little quick fight scene.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
He hit him with a pack out. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious. Like, how often do you see a real movie, like a live movie, and they do the punch?
And the
That
verbal
was
sound
like-
effect.
Yeah, like he does his own sound effects when he punches him. And there's another scene, but I can't remember it. I was gonna make that one of my 3 in Money Talks, but being that I couldn't remember it on my own, I said, nah, I'd be lying. I wanted ones that I remembered off the top of the dome.
Right.
But Money Talks would have been one of mine if I could, like, if I had watched it recently to refresh my memory.
I like how he put a little twist in that little scene where he told the girl, "Damn, she fat." Remember?
Yeah.
She's looking at
She
herself.
fat.
She's,
When he
Say it.
introduced to his wife, his fiance.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
you-
PHAT.
Fat? What? No, she fat. You know, PHAT, pretty hot and tempting. She like that joke. Yeah.
That
And then
some
he
good
was
stuff.
pretending to be Italian, Frank Sinatra Jr.
Yeah.
Junior.
Yeah,
Like,
Frank Sinatra Jr. I was cousin
Yeah.
from the.
yeah. That's definitely a good movie. And it indicated little tones of racism in it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the father was like, "What do you mean, mom made a Negro,
Yeah.
a portobello mushroom, whatever?" Like he
Yeah.
had his mom cook for him, right? And
Yeah.
then he was mad, not that he lied to him, but that his mom had cooked for him.
Right. He was like,
I was
oof.
like,
That's
yeah,
some so you
That
got a
was
little
something
touch of
that was-
racism.
definitely. But those are like movies like you watch, and it reminds you of whatever was going on in your life at that time.
Right.
Being young again, like before children and bills.
Before chilling.
Yeah. So like most of my, all of my selections are older movies. Just, I think the older movies have a greater rewatch value as well.
All right. So what was your the other one you did them both, right? You did. Oh no,
did.
yeah, you did. You could do your.
Where's your second one, good sir?
Oh, I forgot my second. I forgot. Oh.
Right. You trying to skip?
No, I forgot. I completely forgot. Yeah, my second favorite scene is it's gonna be from what is it? Step Brothers. Again, like I told you, Will Ferrell, man. This guy is hilarious, man. And if you guys haven't seen Step Brothers, go check it out, man. I think it has plenty of humor, man. If you like Will Ferrell, I mean, you love his stuff. He just pops out gems 24/7, man. I love the guy. So anyway, there's a scene in Step Brothers where you know, one of the brothers, which is not Will Ferrell, I forgot the other guy's name, but one of the brothers talk, he notices that somebody was messing with his drum set. And Will Ferrell was chilling on the couch, nonchalant, just, nope, wasn't me. And early in the scene, he was going ham in there. Then he heard his brother come home. He was chilling on the couch like he didn't do it. He's like, I know someone was playing on my drum set because my drumstick was on the left, and I left it specifically on the right. He's like, swear to your mother you didn't do it. He said, I didn't do it. He said, all right. He said, where you going? Shit. He said, I'm going to teabag your drum set. And when he said that, never in my wildest dreams did I think they was going to show him actually teabag the drum set. So when he pulls out his sack and starts rubbing it on the drums,
Oh man.
that shit was hilarious. So, bam!
Oh man, and that was a big thing back in the days to show that.
Yeah, that kind of shock value. Yeah, I think one of the first times I seen that was in I think there's something about Mary. I think that movie's way earlier.
Yeah.
And they showed you really quick.
That joint hurt.
It was a quick
That
scene, but they showed you. I
You
can't watch
clench
that. Yes, from both sides.
Crazy. You clench, like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking about it, I clenched just now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like,
You think, look,
Cause you imagine that's painful. So anytime a movie did something like that, it was like, oh my god, it's like the shock value, like you don't
Will
see.
Ferrell gets all the credit for it, but that supporting guy, I don't really know his name. He was good in that movie.
I'll tell you right
He
now,
was
he
good.
got to get credit.
Yeah.
Step
He's
Brothers
not as
cast.
funny. He's not as funny, but he definitely was
John
needed.
John C. Riley.
Yeah. He's a good guy. I like the supporting cast that helps.
But they have a good dynamic because they kept doing movies together. They did that the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Mhm.
Have you seen that?
No,
The car racing movie.
I probably saw some of it, but that would be in that category that my girl likes.
Oh, okay.
It's like something that she'd put on that I'd fall asleep to.
Nah, this I promise you will not fall asleep to. Because Will Ferrell is a true idiot, and it has Sacha Baron Cohen in it. The guy who plays Borat.
Okay, I'm sure I've seen it. If I didn't see it in its entirety, I know I've seen some of it before.
Stay awake next time. Stay awake next time you watch it. It's hilarious, man. The guy's fucking great.
Sometimes those movies are equivalent to the Netflix and chill for me.
Ah.
I'm started off.
There you
I
go.
catch the end of it.
Chill.
Right. So a lot of those movies, like, come here, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
I'm gonna tickle you from the inside. Could you?
So stupid.
You won't laugh?
Crazy. Oh man. So
Yeah, comedies, man.
I'm ready to go ahead and give you my third and one of my favorite comedy scenes from a movie. And some probably don't find it funny, but I have an affinity for the older folks. I had a close relationship with my grandparents. So like when you make like old people jokes, those hit different for me.
Yeah.
And added a little singing in it, little rhythm. I like that too. And so what I'm talking about is all about the Benjamins with Mike Epps, and it's when he's in the store. It's the lotto scene. So when you say lotto scene, a lot of people only think about when he gives the numbers, and that part is really not funny. It's just entertaining when he gives the numbers, right? But it's a few nuggets in there before and after he actually gives the numbers that's what does it for me. Like when I bring that up to my friends, you say a little piece of that and they're gonna finish the line.
Right.
It's one of the classics. So here I'm gonna set up. I got the
you put up the audio, I'll pull up the image.
yeah, go ahead.
It's the scene he's talking about.
Yeah, what's happening? How many times am I gonna have to tell you don't open the potato chips until you pay for them? You're gonna have to tell me that all the time. Really, I like potato chips. And why you sweating me, man? I come in here all the time. You're a nickel and dime hustler, looking for the five-finger discount, and I have to keep my eyes on you. And you know what? I'm gonna start going to Dwight, because you don't laugh at my jokes. I'm not Dwight who don't want around your leg. No, I'm just kidding, Mr. Shep. No, my woman gave me these numbers to play. 15, 30, 37, 38, 45, 47, 15, 30, 37, 38. 47. Just hurry up. I got customers to serve. All right. How much are 750? 750. It's 50, not 750.
I can see his face.
50, not 750.
See, I'm a
Yeah, man. Mike Epps, man. You know, he had some big shoes to fill when he pretty much took Chris Tucker's place
Yeah. Yep.
as the comedic relief. And I'm glad they didn't give him the same character
Right.
to fill, but give him his own character.
That was smart.
Yeah, that was dope. A lot of times they mess up replacing the character, like light skin and dark skin Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The little white boy in that movie had a funny scene too. He was sucking up his lip when they were smoking. Was that the same movie? Was it Friday After Next? Were they in the record store?
Oh yeah. And he's using
The thing to take up the hill. Sucking up my lip, man.
yeah. See, to me,
Yeah.
that's the white humor. It didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. Yeah,
How about when Pinky showed up?
yeah, of course. That's like, say it one more time. Yeah, see stuff like that. I enjoyed it.
He said, "Shut
But this one-
the fuck up."
Yeah, I guess
Say
I'm
it.
a little biased to my comedy, you know.
That's
Because
right.
the cultural comedy stays with me, like has the rewatch value. Some of that stuff
Right.
is like, all right, it was funny the first time I saw it, but not.
Was
never
that
again.
Michael Blackson's first intro in the movie?
The Mother Sucker?
The Morasokas.
Oh, I think that's one of his biggest movies to this date.
Yeah,
He's still
man.
rocking off of that. Because
Yep.
he doesn't, he don't talk with that accent all the time.
No, but he does always stand up with that accent. That's part of his
Now-
his persona.
Now,
Yeah,
but earlier on, he tried regular.
it didn't work.
Yeah. And it's kind of a sellout.
Right.
But he don't care. He's gonna get money.
Yeah. That's it.
It's like
Try-
one of the same reasons Chappelle walked away from his show because he felt like he was selling out
Right.
to the culture aspect. He's opened up the door for people to laugh at the racial undertones within the culture,
Yeah.
and that's what he did. I've seen some clips of Michael Blackson talking and doing comedy early on with no accent.
Right.
So, it's like you're putting on an accent
Mhm.
to say the same thing to make it funny. But why? Because Americans think African accents are funny. Not
Right.
that what you're saying is funny.
Uh-huh.
So I just think, early I didn't like him early on either. Like that was one of the you selling out, brother. Selling out.
He had his little mishap online too. The picture of his beef was floating around,
Oh yeah?
and he called it the Matumbo.
Well, he probably used that for his advantage too.
Yeah.
A lot of his jokes now is like, I give you a bladder infection. You don't want
Yeah.
this. You know, it's funny, but like it's the same as if you were to hear like a Mexican individual talk with no accent,
Right.
and talk really regular English, and then make fun of himself by doing an
Right.
extra Mexican accent.
Right. I think there's a lot of them with that. Yeah, there's a lot of them like that.
I don't know. I just think that's a bit of a sellout. But then you go, you make the joke, then you go back to the real way you talk.
That's why you would prefer it.
He's permanently character. George Lopez even. He'll throw a little Mexican accent in, the little Hispanic accent in,
Right.
but then he goes back to talking regular.
Yep.
And John Leguizamo, I'm jacking up his last name. he'll throw the little twang in there, right? And he goes back to talking regular.
It's a little twang.
Yeah, Mambo Mouth was one of my favorite drinks growing up too.
Oh, that was funny, man.
You remember that?
Man, you can't grow up in a Hispanic area and not appreciate Mambo Mafia. He's just taking jabs at the
He
culture
said
like
so
crazy.
much shit I didn't even understand, and I still watched it. That's again, rewatch value. How many times I watched it? Go loco, go loco. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Was Mambo
Yeah.
Mafia the one where he played that Hispanic girl? He was like,
Here's a
oh,
girlfriend.
yeah,
So bad.
you cried your last cry.
And yeah, out the door, babe. There's other fish in the sea.
Mira policía. Can I talk to you? Mind if I say, wow?
Yeah. Yo, that drink brings me. Yo, if you look up what year that came out, and then say, would you let your son watch it at that age?
I wonder. Probably
do that
not.
real-
Let me see. Mambo Mouth.
Let's say, what year did Mambo out?
1991.
I was 11. You let your son watch that at 11?
No, but our parents are a little more reckless though, man. I was going to the store at 6 years old by myself.
I was outside if I'm right, but still, Mambo Mouth was a lot. It talked about gay back then. It talked
Yeah, there's
about
a
diet, talked about drugs, talked about just some of everything,
there's
And
movies
like I
that
said,
were
when
more
I-
recent than that you can't talk about today.
right? And what I'm saying is, there's certain things in that movie that I didn't understand the first time I watched it, but it was
Right.
still comical. Like
Right.
at 11, I didn't know if I was supposed to say, "Damn, she looked good" or not. That's the guy, but after a while, he was so believable in the character that you really thought that was a lady for that stint of time. Like,
Right.
on my first watch. And then it was like, nah, it was like, hey, chill, right? Because that little dress was mad tight.
Tight.
The legs was mad diesel. They got some nice legs, boy. Right? But, yeah. 91.
Yeah,
Mambo.
man.
That's crazy.
But just think, the more recent one is Tropic Thunder. You cannot play that movie today, man. Oh my God. You got Robert Downey Jr. in blackface.
yeah. I mean,
That shit was
No
like
one
the
brings
the
that
last
up.
of its kind.
no one brings it up as it's unacceptable. I think you could do it because it was done as a comedy.
So
It
was
was done
everything else. Yeah.
Nah, but that was done as a comedy.
Uh-huh.
You can't be a comedian being out in public at a public event in blackface
Right.
and say, "Oh, it's because I'm a comedian." But I think if you do a movie
Uh-huh.
being a white guy pretending to be a black guy, so you have on blackface, I think they'll allow it.
I
I
don't
think
know,
they
brother.
would allow it. I think they would.
You know what actually got beef in that movie instead of the blackface?
What?
Ben.
retard?
Yes.
Never
Yo.
go full retard. That
Yo,
line.
No, the fact that he's playing a retard and they're making fun of him, like the community, they were trying to like get at him. They didn't care about the blackface. They were focused on him, making fun of,
That was a small part.
handicap. I know, and that's the part that they jumped
It
on.
was like a character he played as a movie
Yep.
star. Yeah. That joint was funny though.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
funny.
that was a nice piece of dialogue too. He was like, Sean Penn went full retard, went home empty-handed. You never go full retard.
Yeah. Oh man, that's there was some truth behind it.
Yeah,
There's truth behind it.
they hit you with some logic, with some good, some gems. Well, anyway, man, I think we're pretty much wrapping this stuff up now.
you cheated me out of my third movie.
Oh, what you got the third one? What was your third one?
Your third one.
Oh, nah, I don't want to push it over too far. It's
Too long. Okay.
yeah, I don't want to stretch the podcast longer than it has to be.
Gotcha,
We covered a lot of good stuff here. I think we got a lot of good material on here.
I had a blast, man. I had a blast.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have you on again, man, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Tell Serge I appreciate
Absolutely.
the invite, having me over.
We'll
And,
definitely have you on again, man. We'll have a threesome.
Hey, I just watch, brother. I watch.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
I started feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
my clothes
yeah.
on and shit.
Word. Listen, man, I wish you guys great success. I enjoyed the pod. I enjoyed being on the pod. And everyone loves movies, man. Like everyone loves
Yeah,
movies.
absolutely.
I see this being great.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks again for helping out while Serge takes his little breather. I hope it's a short one. Exhale. He's back.
Sabbatical.
A sabbatical. I like
Sabbatical.
it.
Yeah.
All right, man. So you guys, man, we'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys could tell us what movies you think are funny, have a little conversation back and forth. And for all of you guys who are part of the Facebook group, thank you guys for all of your fantastic ideas and always contributing to the group with your ideas and your messages and interacting. That helps us a lot with the content that we want to create. And we hope that you guys want to continue to be a part of this and grow with us. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon, man. Again, G Friggity Fresh. Appreciate you. Had a great chat, man.
Likewise, brother.
All right, man. Take care, brother. See you next time.
Yes, sir. Later.
All right.